Today we are going to go over a self-acupressure treatment for TMJ. All right, so this is really effective and it's very helpful because you can treat yourself every day, if not multiple times a day, and really get a lot of extra relief in between acupuncture sessions. All right, so you ready? Here we go. All right, so for TMJ, it manifests in different ways for different people, but for the most part, the self-therapy treatment it's pretty standard. So we're going to start with a point on the hand actually, and this is the master point for the face. So pretty much anything going on in the face, eye issues, sinus issues, jaw pain, of course, which we're talking about today, headaches. This is a great point for. All right, we use this point a lot. It's called large intestine 4 or LI4 or Hegu. Okay, so this point is pretty easy to locate. You're just going to put your hand out. Okay, I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing here. If I was doing it for me, obviously I'd face myself, but you're going to put your thumb up against your hand here, and there should be like a little bit of like kind of a raised mound, all right, a little hill here. So right in the middle of that hill is where you want to press, all right, and you just kind of want to dig into that point. You can just, I like to use my thumb, so we're going to go back to this position here, and I'm just going to like circle in that point clockwise for a couple of breaths, maybe 1 or 2 breaths, and then I'm going to go the other direction for 1 and 2 breaths. And that's really important. You want to breathe and do some deep breathing while you're doing this. That's going to help your chi move and help the acupressure points work a lot better. Okay, so again, LI4, that's your first point, master point for the face here. Okay, we're just going to press in there, and you can do both hands. Usually you do the opposite side of the pain, right? So if I've got a lot of pain on my right side, I'm going to do my left hand and vice versa. But you can usually just do both hands, and that's good. That's a good way to do it. You know, do one hand for one therapy throughout the day, and then next time you do the therapy, do the other hand so it doesn't get too sore. Cool. All right, LI4, that's point number 1. So point number 2 is going to be stomach 7, okay? And so you're going to find that point basically by finding this ridge here, which is your zygomatic arch along your cheek, so the top of your cheekbone basically, and you're just going to follow that, okay, to where it kind of has like an end point. It'll like almost like fall off like the end of the hill right here, right in front of your ear, okay? You're going to go to right where the top of that hill is, and then go straight down. The other way you can find this point is open your jaw, okay, and then you're going to find like a bump here, and then when you close your jaw, you're going to go into a little hole right there. So those are the 2 ways. Easiest way is just to move along this arch here, and then find the end of it, and then just go straight down, about basically, you know, about a finger's width down. Okay, you don't have to be super accurate with acupressure points like you do with acupuncture points, because you're using your whole finger. So if you're not exactly on it, basically the size of your finger is going to get the area. All right, and again, the same thing for these points. I kind of like to do both sides at the same time. It just kind of adds balance to the face, but you could do one side at a time. I recommend just doing them both. So I'm going to find that point there, and I'm just going to do some circling here, and then the other direction, and then I can kind of open and close my jaw as I'm doing this point here and just move things around. Cool. Okay, the next point is basically straight down. It's stomach 6. Okay, so from here you're just going to slide down, and the way you find this point is basically just gently clench your jaw, and it's going to be at the belly of the masseter muscle. So basically you're going to feel a muscle kind of bulge out. It's going to be at the highest point of that muscle, right? So I'm going to kind of come down from here, clench my jaw, and I'm going to find that point, and I'm just going to work that as well. Again, opening, closing the jaw slowly. You can even move it side to side a little bit, whatever's comfortable. You don't want to do this. You want it to be a little bit like uncomfortable, a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pain, but not too much, because you're just going to aggravate things. And you're going to do that, okay? So then after that, you're just going to basically like kind of either use your thumbs, the side of your hands, and then just drain down and just help drain any inflammation or fluid down here into your lymph nodes. And then just open this up. And this is going to massage the neck muscles as well too, which are often contributing to this condition. And just do a nice little massage down here for a few times. Again, remembering to breathe. Don't talk as much as I'm doing. And just let that go. Cool. Okay. One more point here, and this is going to be actually gallbladder 20 on the back of the neck. So you're going to find, okay, a bone that's kind of sticking down right behind your ears here, okay? And you're just basically going to work back until you kind of find a hole, and then just, I should say a hole, but a depression. You know, if hopefully there's not a hole back there. If there is, I might call a doctor. And then just massage that back there. And then the same thing after you're done massaging, you can just kind of drain down here and just relax those muscles, okay? bam, and that's it, okay? Simple, easy, but highly effective. All right, so review, we've got LI4 on the side of the hand. We've got stomach 7 just under the zygomatic arch here on the face. Stomach 6 just a little bit below that, okay? We've got draining down here, all right? Gallbladder 20 in the back here, okay? And then again, draining down through there. And then when you're all done, you kind of roll the neck back and forth, roll the shoulders back and forward, and you're done. Awesome.